How to build muscle so fast that people think you're on steroids. Some people have incredible genetics to build muscle. I'm not one of them. The first time I stepped into a gym, I was 16 years old. I was skinny fat and I wanted to change. After 2 years of consistent training, I ended up quitting because I wasn't making any progress. I saw some of my friends who started the gym because of me, putting on a lot of muscle, and I was just there, still looking weak and soft. Unfortunately, my genetics weren't that good for building muscle, so I stopped working out, and after years of doing nothing, I got fat. Now I was even in a worse position because I still wanted to build muscle, but I also had to burn a lot of fat. And so I did. In 3 months I burned a lot of fat and got skinny. I mean, very skinny. When I had a shirt on, I looked like a stick in clothes. I didn't look healthy at all. When people saw me so thin, they believed I was sick and that I wasn't okay, although I was the healthiest and happiest I had been in a long time. So I had to build muscle, and I wanted to do it fast. I was starting over again, but fortunately, in my journey of losing weight, I learned a lot about fitness, weight loss, and bodybuilding, and I discovered that my problem with building muscle was never my genetics, but 3 fatal mistakes I was making that were killing all my gains. And if you're already going to the gym consistently and not putting on more muscle, I'd bet you're probably making them too. But I can tell you that when I fixed those mistakes for the first time, I saw my body growing like crazy. In just a few months I looked way bigger, and after a year, I looked completely different. I started building muscle so fast that people thought I was on steroids. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you 3 fatal mistakes most people make that prevent them from building muscle, and how you can fix them so that you can build a lot of muscle fast and achieve your dream transformation. But first, let's understand how muscle growth actually works. When you lift weights, you create stress and a small amount of damage in the muscle fibers, then your body repairs those fibers by making them thicker and stronger. So it's a complex process of damage and repair that needs to happen repeatedly, but without the right approach, this cycle can be broken and you might never build as much muscle as you could because you're not doing it correctly. Because here's the thing, after a while your body adapts to the same workload, so if you keep lifting the same weights and doing the same reps, your body has no reason to keep getting stronger, which leads us to the first mistake: no progressive overload. Progressive overload means gradually increasing the challenge you give your muscles so they keep getting stronger and bigger over time. That means lifting heavier weights, improving your form, or doing more reps, but the thing is that we need to keep giving our bodies a reason to keep growing. After the first few months of lifting weights, I kept lifting the same weights over and over, so I was giving my body no reason to keep growing. I kept going to the gym consistently, but I did not make the effort to challenge myself beyond what I was already capable of. So after a while, I just stopped growing, and I didn't know why, because I was still going to the gym consistently, but consistency is not enough without challenge. Remember that the key is to create micro damage in the muscle fibers, and we do that by putting our body under stress. If that doesn't happen, the repair process never starts. But here's where the second mistake comes in, because even if you create those tears in the muscle fibers, you also need to give your body the materials it needs to repair them, so the next mistake is not consuming enough protein. Protein is the building block of your muscles. It provides the amino acids your body needs to repair the damage we cause from training. So if you don't consume enough of it, your body is not going to have the materials needed to repair the muscle fibers effectively, which slows or even stops muscle growth. My whole life, my diet has always been based mostly on carbohydrates. I couldn't afford a diet rich in protein. That's why even though I was in a calorie surplus, I couldn't build more muscle and I was just gaining fat. As you can see in this picture, even though I was kinda skinny and I was working out consistently, I had a high body fat percentage and no definition. You can see that on my belly and on my chest. It was until I started consuming the right amount of protein, around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, that I finally started seeing the progress I was leaving on the table. Now we are giving our body a reason to keep growing and the materials to do it. Now we have to give it enough time to finish the process. So here's where the next mistake comes in: poor recovery. Your body doesn't grow while you're training, it grows while resting and sleeping. without enough rest, your body can't fully recover, which slows down muscle growth and can even lead to fatigue, poor performance, and higher stress hormones that make it harder to build muscle. Since I wasn't making any progress, I started working out more often. I was training 6 to 7 days a week, and sometimes I trained twice a day, and I would get so tired that my next workouts ended up being mediocre at best. Overtraining combined with poor sleep, I mean extremely poor, I would stay up late doing things I should not be doing, so my performance was of the very lowest. I wasn't giving my body enough time to recover. And here's where we need to be careful, because I was overtraining, but not because I was working very hard, but because I was training without recovery. I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't getting any stronger anymore. If anything, actually I was getting weaker, because I remember that a lot of days I would have to lift lighter because my muscles couldn't handle the same load anymore. You combine all that with a poor diet, and man, I was doomed to fail. But now I know better, I corrected those mistakes, and I finally made substantial progress. So you don't have to work out every day. 3 to 5 times a week should be good enough for most people, and make sure you give your body enough time to recover and sleep between 7 to 9 hours every night. With that, I know for sure you can make more progress in a few months than you probably made in a whole year. So if you want to maximize your gains, make sure you don't make the same mistakes I made, and if you want to learn how to burn belly fat, then this video is gonna help you with that. I'll see you there.